departments today, giving you information on what information you need about all of the different majors and programs that we have within these departments, as well as admitted student event information going forward and some enrollment step information if you need that as well. So again, my name is Rachel. I work within the College of Letters and Science. I'd be happy to leave my contact information into the chat as well. And you've probably already received emails from me today, but if you do have any questions moving forward after today's event, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. With that, I will let our faculty members here take it away and introduce themselves first, and then we'll make sure to get started on our presentation and information for you today.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm Suzanne Boyd. I'm the chair of the Department of Mathematical Sciences. This is my first virtual recruiting event. Gabrielle and Daniel did the last one, so I'll let Gabriella, Dr. Pinter, take the lead. But I'm here to answer questions, and also I saw one of the participants was coming from Missouri, and that excited me because I'm from Missouri. So we can talk about that. Anyway, so I'm just here. I'm also the Applied Math and Computer Science Program Coordinator, so I can also ask questions if people have questions specifically about that. But mostly I'll just be kind of hanging out in the background, letting Dr. Pinter kind of run things.
I'm Gabriella Pinter, and I'm the Associate Chair for Undergraduate Studies at the Department of Mathematical Sciences. And I guess I'm going to do the presentation, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have too. I cannot hear you.
So Rachel, were you going to put the slides up, or?
If you want me to share the presentation, I can. I'll just need to know when to change through slides. Yep.
Or Gabriella, did you have it?
Maybe I can try, and if it doesn't work. So last time it didn't work. So we'll have to see. You can tell me whether it works or not.
I can see it.
Can everyone see this? A PowerPoint presentation?
I can see it.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is just going to be a short presentation, kind of on the usual things that students ask. And then we can go back to any part of it, or you can stop me at any time and we can discuss what you have questions on. So here you can see our department. It's here in the kind of top right corner. The math department has 27 faculty, 60 graduate students, 33 academic staff and senior lecturers. The majors that we offer are mathematics, Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, actuarial science that several of you are interested in, applied mathematics and computer science, data science that is brand new starting this spring, and we also have an atmospheric science major, but we are not talking about that today. We ran a graduate program for both master's and PhD as well. And here is a slide, and the next one will continue this basically on the kinds of jobs that our students are getting or the kinds of places where they continue their studies. In the left column, you see several job titles. This is, again, sort of a guide to what can you expect if you graduate with a degree from us. These are the kinds of job titles that our students had. Many of our students also continue in graduate school, but not just in math, but statistics, industrial engineering, materials science, biomedical engineering, computer science, physics, So the math degree can be useful for not just mathematics, but other careers too. We also had several students going to an MBA program or medical school. As I said in the next slide, we have, again, a few more students featured here. Some of them data analyst at YouTube, actuary at Milliman, and some others here. We have Sean Brackling, who graduated from our undergrad program and continued in graduate school. He is now a senior scientist at the Nevada National Security Site. We are trying to keep in contact with our former students, so we can utilize these contacts and also give you an idea of where they land. So the programs that we offer definitely give you an extensive preparation in theory and applications of math. And as you saw the different majors, we offer a choice between very flexible major, that would be the math major, and somewhat more prescriptive majors, like the actuarial science major or the data science major, and then maybe the AMCS is somewhere in between. We also try to give a practical experience to students, so we encourage that they look for internships and they try their hand at their future career during their studies. We also offer many opportunities to do extra things. The UWM has a very nice supported undergraduate research program, that is the SURF program. We have the McNair program, encouraging students to continue in graduate school. We have students participate in conferences, presentations. That's usually a transformative experience. So when students get to work on undergraduate research and they go and present that and they see all the other people who work on these kind of exciting problems, that usually opens up their mind and see many more possibilities to do with their major than before. We have mathematical modeling competitions. This is in teams of 3 students usually. There are now several kinds of these. There are data science, data type competitions. There's a cryptography type competition. So again, many opportunities for extra involvement. We also practice for the Putnam competition, which is a very traditional mathematical problem solving competition. And where many of these things occur are the clubs. We have an active math club, actuarial science club, and data science club too. So the next part of this presentation is just a very short overview of the different majors. So the mathematics major, as I said, is designed for flexibility. We have the preparatory curriculum that's sort of traditional, going through the calculus sequence, then a little linear algebra or linear algebra with differential equations, a computer science programming class. And after that, it's really almost all your choice. We want you to take one class, which is sort of a proof class where you learn to structure mathematical proofs. And after that, 24 more credits in 300 level or above classes. And these could be mathematics classes, mathematical statistics classes, or actuarial science classes. And then there is a capstone class, or a capstone requirement that can be satisfied in 2 different ways. Either you do kind of an independent research project or take a class which many of the students who at some point will teach high school take. So you can take a class like that as well. So as you can see here, this is very, very open, that someone who wants to do statistics can really choose those 24 credits basically just in statistics. Someone who wants to do applied math or pure math or wants to go to graduate school in math can tailor that according to those needs. Applied math and computer science starts very similarly with the calculus sequence, linear algebra, and of course, computer science classes in programming, discrete structures, and then the advanced requirements, number of CS classes. Again, some of those are prescribed, but you see there are some electives, similarly electives on the math side, and then a capstone project is required in math or computer science. Actuarial science, this one is very prescriptive, so almost all the classes are given what you have to take. Sometimes that's a help because you know exactly what you are going to take in each semester. Starts similarly again with the calculus sequence and linear algebra and differential equations, computer science class to learn some programming. We have an intro actuarial science class where students learn about the profession, so they can see whether they want to be on this track. And then some business administration and economics classes are included here in the preparatory curriculum too. The advanced requirements, actuarial science classes in specific courses. I did not list them here, but you can find these in the academic catalog. And there will be a reference to that at the end. Then we have mathematics and statistics classes, again, fairly prescribed which ones you have to take. One more course in business administration, and then an actuarial science capstone course ends the preparation. With actuarial science, the important thing is to go through exams. Many of our classes prepare for those exams, and then the Actuarial Science Club is doing a wonderful job of helping students through this by providing extra material, extra practice, a coach for practicing for these exams. So they are getting better and better results for students going through them. The data science major has just started. Again, similar preparation here with calculus 1 through 3, then linear algebra and differential equations, computer science and discrete structures classes. And then the advanced requirements are really a mix of computer science and statistics classes. And the capstone requirement is here too. So this is just the 4 majors in a nutshell, really. Then here is a general slide on courses that are required from all majors. And these are the LNS majors. So I think some of this is different for the AMCS, the Applied Math and Computer Science, because that is not that has different general education requirements. And we can talk about
the data science major.
And the data science major too. Okay, so this is really actuarial science and mathematics. So here you can see some fine arts courses, social science credits, humanities credits, natural science, world language, US cultural diversity, English class, and then an international requirement. These are fairly typical requirements, I think, in different universities. So advising and mentoring is really important for us. At the math department, we have 2 general advisors, and then and we keep open hours. Students can come anytime, and we are happy to talk about courses, plan several semesters ahead, what you might want to take, sort of tailor those plans to the plans after graduation. So if it's a career, if you want to find a job after graduation, we try to adjust for that. Or if people want to go to grad school, then we can recommend courses that will prepare for that better. We also advise we also assign a faculty advisor to every student, and the faculty advisor's interest tries to match the student's interest. The idea there is that this faculty advisor may know the specific network a little bit more and might know about opportunities in those chosen areas. And of course, every student also has a letters and science advisor helping with all these general education requirements and also connecting students with campus resources. And Rachel can tell us more about that part.
Yeah, so for a lot of our resources that are available on campus, this is essentially university-wide as well. So to start, one resource is your Letters and Science Academic Advisor that is going to be essentially when you start at UWM and also throughout your entire career at UWM to help with any letters and science requirement questions that you have. So making sure that you're completing all those general education requirements that we listed, any humanities, world language, international, arts, cultural diversity courses that you would need to complete for the College of Letters and Science. And then through our career planning, we also do have university-wide the College and Career Resource Center that's available. So that is for all students, and that is a really great way to really kind of start in that career search process, especially as you are getting closer towards the end of your undergraduate career, so a little ways from now. But that will have a great set of resources for resume building, starting to craft any cover letters that you would need, if you are practicing interview questions as well. And then this office also does have a great networking connection with future positions potentially. So that is available for all students, and a lot of career planning as well can be in the experience that you get during your undergraduate career, if it's through research, if it's through internships, and really kind of taking that test run of what can this look like in a future job and career pathway, and what do I essentially like about it or don't like about it. So it's really a great opportunity that we have, that you can have a lot of these different experiences outside of the classroom to actually go out and get some of that, resume building experience and some of that work experience to help contribute directly towards your future jobs.
Yes, so again, we tell every student to get involved. We have all these nice programs that you can do while you are a student here at the department. We have the clubs that I mentioned. Undergraduate research can be a really nice thing to do. Again, it builds for your future career. You can really try yourself out at solving different kinds of problems than what you may have in class. We have tutoring at the department, so students can become tutors and get paid for helping others getting through the lower level math classes. We are trying to connect students with internships. This happens really nicely in the actuarial science program, I think, and in the applied math and computer science program, and we are trying to get more opportunities for our math majors as well. There are national summer programs called Research Experiences for Undergraduates. This is the REU program. These are NSF-supported paid research opportunities, and they exist in many different areas. And again, great opportunity to participate in something extra. Conferences, competitions, I mentioned, career fairs. We are advertising all of these opportunities through email and through our website, and try to get more and more students into it. We have several scholarships that we distribute. One that I particularly like to mention is the Budapest semesters in mathematics. Students seriously interested in math can spend a semester in Budapest and learn with really great professors there, learn and take classes that are not available at UWM. And this experience, the Budapest semesters, we are trying to subsidize almost completely for those lucky students who can get there. So next steps. Don't know, Rachel, you'd like to?
Yeah, I can definitely cover a lot of this information. So for next steps for our admitted students, which I know looking at today's guests, it looks like most of us are going to be new students for fall of 2021, so this upcoming semester. We do have a number of next steps that are available to complete still before classes will start in the fall. The first thing is we do want to make sure you are completing your FAFSA for financial aid, so that can be reviewed by our financial aid office if you haven't already. We also do place a big emphasis on making sure that you are checking your PAWS account. Your PAWS account is essentially your online student center, so this will have all of your enrollment steps that you need to complete. It will also have the intent to enroll if you're a new student. So instead of completing a confirmation deposit and paying that deposit, instead we have updated that to your intent to enroll form, which says, yes, I plan to attend this fall. And then that deposit is actually rolled into your fall tuition. So that would be an available next step for our new students. For new freshmen specifically, we also do have either the housing application or exemption form. Freshman year is the only year that we have a requirement that students are living in the residence halls or continuing to live at home with a parent or guardian for freshman year and commuting to campus. That is the only year that we have that requirement. So for any students who are transferring in or after your freshman year, it's really up to you. If you prefer to live in the residence hall still, you can complete a housing application or you can work through our neighborhood housing office on campus. They actually do have a lot of online resources as well. It's kind of like having apartments.com, but just for UWM students that would have available rental properties that are all around campus. So it's all within walking distance to campus. We also then will have, starting this summer, second week of June typically is when these will start, our new student orientations. So the registration for that should be coming out if it hasn't already and being emailed to students that registration is open. That is going to be for new transfer students and new freshmen to attend new student orientation. Really, what this will entail is orientation programming for new freshmen, and for all of our new students, it then also has an advising session where you are registering for your classes. So you will walk out of orientation with your full fall 2021 schedule. As of right now, we are planning for options of both virtual and in-person orientation. So there will be a lot of information once that is emailed to all of our new students, as well as on our orientation webpage. So please feel free to let me know if you want me to include any links into the chat. I'm happy to do so you have those resources. We then will always encourage students to, again, just keep checking PAWS. Once you are registered, your UWM email is accessible as well. So as we get closer to the fall semester, we would recommend checking your UWM student email for any updates. And really then that is it for our next steps. So I will make sure to include my email into the chat if anyone has questions about that, and also some links that has that full checklist items as well, so that you have access to that as well.
Okay. And I had this last slide on resources. So our webpage has lots of the information, or you can find lots of the information that I was talking about earlier. Also, the UWM academic catalog has full information on all the majors and minors and all the requirements. And here we have our email addresses listed. So any of us would be very happy to answer questions as they come up. So I think this is the time when we open up the floor and answer your questions. I know the presentation was very fast, but that was just an overview. So whatever occurred to you, whatever specific things you'd like to hear more about, we can definitely do that.
And feel free to either use audio if you have access to that, or type any questions into the chat as well. We're happy to help.
Nobody has questions. Do we get to ask you guys questions then?
If you prefer, if you would like.
We have 2 students on the call, right? I was a little confused. I thought we had 3, but then it looks like.
I can't tell if that one student left the call, unfortunately.
Student
So
might
I'm
have
not sure
left.
if they're still on.
Right. Looks like we have 2 students, like Kieran and Joey. Do you want to tell us like what, maybe introduce yourself and then tell us like what, if you had already decided you were going to major in actuarial science or something else, tell us what you were thinking of majoring in.
Hi, sure. I'm Joey. I know I'm going into math, but I don't really. I've been interested in multiple areas. I've taken statistics. I've taken physics. So there's a lot of things I'm interested in. But I've known I've liked math. I don't know what to ask, but I think I very much appreciate you being here.
Yeah, one thing actually that's good about you should be when you're looking at different schools and colleges. Some places have a separate like math and statistics department or applied math even but we have it all sort of combined in one department of mathematical sciences. Yeah. So, and our math major, as Dr. Pinter was saying, is super flexible. So you can take however much stats you want, or none. You can take applied math or pure math, some mixture or whatever. So you can kind of figure it out along the way. We don't expect you to have it figured out right now.
I have a question. Now that I think about it, I do have a question. One of the slides mentioned like summer program thing. What kind of is that? It's like summer research program like thing. How does that like?
So it can work in different ways. You can do summer research at UWM with a UWM professor through this UWM undergraduate research program. There is a undergrad research office, and that connects students who are interested in getting involved in research with professors who are looking for students to help them. So it could work during the summer through that program, or there are national programs. So the REU programs that are mentioned are national programs at various universities all over the US. And typically students need to apply in January or February to the specific program. And if you get accepted, it's usually an 8 to 10 week program. There is a generous stipend. They provide housing, travel allowance. So you live at a different place, and it's a research program, really. So you do research with several other students. Many times a publication comes out off of that, or at least some conference participations. It's a real good thing to do. And you also mentioned, sorry.
No, so you can keep going. It's okay.
So you also mentioned physics. We have a number of mathematics and physics double majors. So this flexibility of the math major is good for that too, that you can really pair it up with another interest if you'd like to.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could do that because math is still like my primary thing, but I've been getting more into physics this year. So yeah, it's good to know that there's flexibility is all. I'm happy about that.
And I have a question. My name is Kieran Shaw, and I was just wondering, I understand you've given us resources. However, who's like the #1 person we should go to regarding, pursuing our major in actuarial science?
For actuarial science is Dr. Scordy, who's not on the call today. You might see him in the participants list, but this time didn't work for him. So he's the undergraduate program director for actuarial science.
Okay.
So he's the one that you'd be meeting with to declare your major and to talk about, exams and getting reimbursed for exams and when to take what classes and that kind of thing. He liaises with the actuarial science club and yeah. Well, sorry, what was?
That's okay, thank you. I was just wondering, do you know his email by any chance?
Actually, it's in the chat now.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
It's just Skordi, Skordi, Skordi at uwm.edu.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
One thing that works. So at UW Milwaukee, actuarial science is in the math department. At some places, it's in the business school. So it kind of depends on I don't know, like the different schools do it differently. So one nice thing about it being in the math department, and because our math major is so flexible, that like if you start off in actuarial science and decide at some point like, oh no, I don't want to take exams, I don't like, or whatever, the actuarial science courses will account toward the math major. You can switch to the math major pretty easily and then just take more general math courses or general stats courses, or whatever, if you figured out it wasn't for you. But if you like it, I mean, the whole program is kind of on rails. Like, it's like Dr. Pinter was saying, like, it's very prescribed and here's what you need to do. And you will be ready to, by the time you graduate, you'll have coursework preparing you for 4 or 5 exams. And most actuarial students do an internship also.
And many of the students complete at least 2 exams while they are undergrads.
Yeah.
But we prepare for more. So there's definitely
Right.
the opportunity to take more too.
Usually students, they'll take a course and then they do kind of a lot of extra studying before, and then the exam costs something and it's a big hassle or whatever. I don't know. So you have to, usually I think if you pass 2 exams, it's pretty easy to get a job. So a lot of students will, they take this large variety of coursework, but then they'll pass a couple of exams, look at a job, and then they'll let their employer, send them to more prep courses and pay for more exams for them.
Alrighty. Well, we can definitely stay on for a couple more minutes in case anyone has any questions. But thank you both for attending today. We really appreciate it. We hope this information was helpful. And definitely, like I said, feel free to reach out to me if you have any other questions. And if you need any other information or resources, we're happy to help. And we hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.